He started with a MIC, a dream, and a hustler's hunger. A kid from the concrete corners of Marcy Projects, with no safety net, no connections, no promises. Just a mother working double shifts, a neighborhood drowning in crack cocaine, and the relentless will to escape. Shawn Corey Carter didn't just want success, he needed it. He studied the streets like they were business school. Listened to Big Daddy Kane, absorbed the game, and sharpened his voice into a weapon. Words became his currency. Rhymes became his exit strategy. But what if Jay-Z's rise wasn't just lyrical genius? What if behind the bars was a blueprint, not for music, but for freedom? Financial freedom. Creative freedom. Generational freedom. Because he didn't just make music. He made moves. Calculated, intentional, long-term moves that rewrote the rules of power and made him the first hip-hop billionaire. This isn't just a story of rap. This is a masterclass in ownership, reinvention, and strategic domination, from project steps to penthouse boardrooms. This is the real blueprint. This is Jay-Z. December 4, 1969. Brooklyn, New York. In the unforgiving heart of Bedford-Stuyvesant, the Marcy Projects rose like a concrete cage. It was here, in a modest apartment with chip paint and cracked windows, that Shawn Corey Carter was born. The 70s turned to the 80s, and hope seemed to vanish block by block. Marcy was not just tough, it was war-torn. Crack cocaine moved through the buildings like wildfire. Gunshots were so common, children could tell the difference between a .38 and a .45. An opportunity? That was a myth whispered by politicians. By the time Shawn was 11, his father had vanished, another black man lost to pain, addiction, and absence. His mother, Gloria, worked 2 jobs just to keep the lights on and food on the table. The school system offered little. The streets offered everything: fast cash, respect, danger. But amid the chaos, young Shawn found something else. Rhythm. He banged beats on kitchen tables. Memorized Rakim lyrics. Scribbled rhymes in silence. While others dreamed of escaping, he dreamed of mastering, not just rap, but life. He didn't just survive Marcy. He studied it. Absorbed it. And stored every lesson like ammunition. Because even then, there was rhythm in his story. And hunger in his pen. The industry slammed doors in his face. Labels saw a street hustler, not a star. No radio play. No billboard presence. No cosign from the East Coast elite. To them, Jay-Z was just another rapper with street tales and no commercial appeal. But what they didn't see, what they couldn't measure, was his mind. Jay-Z didn't beg for acceptance. He built a foundation. In 1995, alongside Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke, he co-founded Roc-A-Fella Records. Not in a towering office with major backing, but in dusty rooms and rented studio time. It wasn't flashy, it was raw. Grassroots. Independent. They didn't just sell records, they sold ambition. They moved albums from the trunks of cars, city to city. They funded their own tours. They created buzz in the streets long before radio cared. Jay-Z didn't wait for a seat at the table. He designed a blueprint, brought in his partners, and built one. Because he knew, control isn't given, it's taken. June 25, 1996. After years of grinding and rejection, Jay-Z released his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. To the industry, it was unexpected. To the streets, it was a revelation. This wasn't just rap, it was art and ambition. Each track was a chess move, revealing a mind that thought like a mogul. He didn't glorify crime, he unpacked it. The paranoia. The decisions. The cost. From the silky horns of feeling it to the deadly precision of the evils, Jay painted portraits, not of thugs, but of thinkers. Hustlers with codes. Men balancing risk and survival. And behind the verses, there was business. Jay-Z controlled his masters. Released it through his own label. Promoted it with his own money. He didn't just rap about independence, he embodied it. The industry couldn't ignore him anymore. Critics hailed it. Streets memorized it. Legends respected it. The world finally listened. And Jay-Z was no longer just knocking on the door, he was redesigning the building. 2004 marked a turning point in Jay-Z's journey. No longer just the rapper on the MIC, Shawn Carter stepped into the boardroom as president of Def Jam Recordings, one of the most influential music labels on the planet. This wasn't a symbolic title. It was real power. The shift from artist to executive was historic, a black rapper running the very system that once seemed impenetrable. Jay-Z didn't just sign artists, he built stars. He saw potential where others hesitated. Rihanna, with her unique voice and unstoppable charisma. Neo, the songwriter behind countless hits. Kanye West, a visionary disruptor destined to change the culture. He mentored them, backed them financially, and, importantly, ensured he owned a stake in their success. Jay's blueprint wasn't just about personal fame, it was about building an empire with shared ownership and lasting influence. In this role, he transformed Def Jam into a powerhouse, proving that true legacy is forged not just in the spotlight, but in the boardroom. 2008, a new chapter began. Jay-Z wasn't just satisfied with running a label. He wanted to build a full-service entertainment empire. That year, he launched Roc Nation, a company that would combine music, sports, film, and management under one roof. Roc Nation wasn't just a business, it was a declaration. Jay-Z understood that true power means control. Control over your art, your brand, your destiny. Roc Nation was his way of taking ownership of every aspect of his and others' careers. This was revolutionary. Artists and athletes alike found a home where they could grow, innovate, and own their futures. Jay-Z didn't just play the game. He started buying the stadium. When the music industry shifted beneath his feet, Jay-Z didn't just adapt, he took control. In 2015, he acquired TIDAL, a streaming platform built on a bold idea, artists owning their work and delivering high-fidelity sound to fans. It wasn't the easiest road. TIDAL faced critics and struggled to compete with giants. But Jay-Z's move was about more than market share. It was about challenging the system, putting power back in the hands of creators. This was a statement, ownership over convenience, quality over quantity. Jay-Z didn't ride the wave. He bought the wave. By 2019, the world took notice, Jay-Z officially became hip-hop's first billionaire. But this wasn't a sudden fortune, it was decades in the making, built on vision, grit, and strategic diversity. His empire was not confined to music or entertainment. Jay-Z understood that real wealth comes from owning assets that appreciate and create influence beyond the spotlight. He acquired a controlling stake in Armand de Brignac, famously known as Ace of Spades, a champagne brand that redefined luxury and celebration in hip-hop culture. Then came Diaz Cognac, a spirit that embodied sophistication and culture, blending Jay's flair with timeless craftsmanship. Real estate became another pillar, from sprawling penthouses in Manhattan to exclusive properties worldwide. He invested where value and legacy intersect. But Jay-Z's vision didn't stop there. He ventured into the art world, curating collections with iconic works by Basquiat and other modern masters, art that not only holds monetary value but cultural significance. He also invested in tech startups and emerging companies, betting on innovation to shape the future. Each move was calculated, a deliberate act of expanding influence, building wealth, and breaking barriers in industries long out of reach for many. Jay-Z's billionaire status is more than a number, it's a blueprint. A testament that black entrepreneurship, when paired with strategy and ownership, can command power on a global scale. Behind every monumental power move lies a foundation built on love and legacy. Jay-Z's marriage to Beyoncé is more than a high-profile union, it is a partnership of black excellence, vision, and shared ambition. Together, they've created not just music but a dynasty, intertwining family, business, and culture in ways few can match. Their children are heirs to a legacy rooted in resilience and reinvention. Through philanthropy, activism, and business ventures, they've extended their influence far beyond entertainment. This is a family that embodies generational wealth, redefining what it means to succeed on their own terms. Jay-Z never forgot where he came from, the streets that shaped him and the people still fighting for justice. His activism has been as bold as his business moves. From teaming up with Meek Mill to reform the criminal justice system, to lending his voice and resources to Colin Kaepernick's fight against racial inequality, Jay-Z uses his platform to challenge the status quo. He invests not only in businesses but in communities, backing causes that break cycles of injustice and open doors for the next generation. Through concerted efforts, he's proven that true power means lifting others as you rise. Jay-Z's Real blueprint isn't written in platinum albums or billion-dollar deals. It's in ownership, owning your name, your story, your future. It's in courage, stepping into rooms that were never built for you. It's in strategy, making moves with foresight and precision, not just hustle and hope. He didn't wait to be chosen. He chose himself. And in doing so, he built a table where we all could eat. His journey is not just a roadmap for one man, it's a call to action for us all. From the Marcy Projects to the penthouse suites. From mixtapes to markets. This isn't just Jay-Z's story, it's a story of what's possible. If he wrote the blueprint, what will you build? Subscribe now for more stories that redefine Black excellence. This is Black Elite Life.